My name is Aanisha Cuttilan. I'm 25 years old and I work in public relations. Say I'm quite tan, a typical island brown girl skin, yeah, quite tan. Yes, I suppose when I was in school quite a lot, I used to swim and do sports, so I used to spend a lot of time in the sun. And for that, I would not be directly made fun of, but I would feel the repercussions of my skin being darker in terms of the girls kind of saying, oh, she's a little darker, so she's not that pretty. And things along those lines, nothing too discriminatory, but you do feel things when people say things like that to you. Yes, quite a lot. Even when I was small, even to this day, I have a few aunties in my extended family who constantly, when they see me, they're just like, oh, you've gotten a little darker. Like, what have you been doing? Have you been in the sun? And they wouldn't particularly push fairness products on me, but they would tell me just like, oh, you need to find a husband now, so just like try to get your skin in order and things like that. I was made to feel less than because of my dark skin, because when I was younger, my father's friends used to sing the little song, Kalukelle Oba Harima Hadai. And I know they meant it as a teasing remark, but at that young age, I always wondered, why are they saying this to me? And like, does this make me ugly? Is Kalukelle like not a good thing to be? And it did make me feel a little inferior. And I think that did bleed into my teen years as well, in terms of how confident I was in my own body and in my own skin. After becoming an adult, it has changed a little bit, but solely because of my perspective changing on life and realizing that the color of my skin has nothing to do with the things that I'm doing and the ways I'm changing the world. I think it has changed a lot in terms of the way I see things, but in terms of how society treats darker skinned girls, I don't think it has changed quite a lot. My professional circle, so I am a freelance presenter and a compere as well. And although I haven't seen any discrimination directly on darker skinned people, I see people talking about presenters who are fairer skinned who get more opportunities as opposed to presenters who have darker skin. The fairer skinned girls get chosen to be in front of the camera more often, they get more gigs more often, and it sometimes feels a little discriminatory, I guess. I guess we haven't really been taught to talk about these things and address these things either. So you see these things happening in your day-to-day life, but it's difficult to kind of just like tell them to stop. Yeah. In terms of opportunity, again, fairer presenters are given more gigs as opposed to presenters with darker skin. Skin color has become important in selecting a partner in Sri Lanka, but mostly in the rural areas. I think in Colombo, in our day-to-day lives, it's not a very prominent problem, but when you maybe look at the papers and you open up the marriage proposal section, it's always asking for a fair skin girl. And that kind of gives all of our girls in Sri Lanka a standard to match up to. Like, I need to be fair skinned to be able to marry someone. And yeah, I do feel like that's a prominent problem. I definitely think that Sri Lanka has a problem with preferring fairer skin as opposed to darker skin shades, because whenever we see advertisements, whenever we look at the TV, it's always fairer skin people kind of achieving things and going out for their dreams and having life-changing opportunities, whereas the darker skin people are always portrayed as less than, even in our Sri Lankan media. And yeah, I definitely think so. The fairness product advertisements in Sri Lanka always portray darker skinned girls as being a loser or like being ugly or more boyish, but when they use the fairness products, they become more beautiful, and then all of a sudden they can be a bridesmaid. And I think that's nonsense, because like honestly, it doesn't matter. The color of your skin doesn't restrict you from doing the things that you want to do. It's just a layer that you wear, and you can do whatever you want to regardless of what color you are. Don't think these products are healthy. I think there are a lot of chemicals in it, a lot of toxins, and they definitely should be banned. So I have quite a few younger cousins who always talk about being less pretty because they're a little darker than the girls in school. And honestly, to them and to everyone who is experiencing discriminatory behavior because of the color of their skin, I feel like I want to say it doesn't matter. We have come so far as a society and there's so much more to go, but who you are as a person and what you do with your life is what matters the most. Your looks don't matter regardless of whether it's the color of your skin or whether it's the curliness of your hair or whatever. It doesn't matter what's on the outside. What matters is what's on the inside and how hard you work towards achieving what you want to do. Love your color.